Greetings, I am GoldenWing, and welcome back to Let's Play Space Engineers, where it has been a while. Essentially what I want to do today is I want to try and get some of those thrusters attached. And I've got quite the story for y'all. Hope you had a fantastic holiday. Mine wasn't bad. I had a good time. I gotta tell you, though, my intention was not to stop making videos. I'm gonna try and just muck with these thrusters while I'm telling you. About a week before, before Christmas. Okay, maybe some large thrusters. Yeah, large ions. That seems fair. About a week before Christmas, my main system decided that it was not gonna start anymore. It's not quite right. It was starting, but it was crashing randomly, and oh man, it was, suffice it to say, it was a disaster. So, oh boy. We did what we could, and started trying to diagnose the issue. And I gotta tell you, I tore the system apart and rebuilt it, reinstalled Windows at least 12 times, trying to diagnose the problem, figure out what was wrong, and a bunch of other nonsense. And just it was not liking me. I purchased new hard drives. I replaced other nonsense, and just would not be stable. And it was sort of driving me nuts to figure out what the issue was. And of course, with it being around the holiday period, I'm running into, you know, kind of delivery issues, right? Because everybody's trying to deliver nonsense during the holidays, etc., etc. Oh man, just, it was something else. In the end, it ended up being a memory problem. One of the things I finally got to is checking the RAM. Gotta go in here and figure out which block I used for this. Light armor, inverted corner 2. Okay. Ended up being RAM. Now, I'd gone through, if you've ever done anything like this, then you'll be familiar with MemTest 86. I'd gone through and I had done MemTest 86 over the system for a couple of 12-hour periods. You know, that takes forever to run. And did not run into any issues. It passed with flying colors, which was not, of course, helping me figure out what the problem was. So, without anything else to check, I replaced the RAM kit that was in my main system, and that's not bad. Yeah, and got another one. So once I had replaced the RAM kit, the problem went away. It was really handy for me because I was really getting tired of, you know, computer issues that I couldn't work out. I've built a number of computers in my life. I built this one. I've dealt with similar problems, but goodness gracious. It's one of those things where, if you've ever done it, there's just nothing else to do but take your time, take it slow, and meticulously check as many little bits as you can conceivably check. and start eliminating variables. And sometimes that takes time. So in any case, I say all of this to sort of apologize that I kind of vanished without too much of an explanation. But, you know, no system, no videos, just not working in my favor there. So, but that is all right. We got it all worked out, and we are back. I'm going to sort of bring this in a little bit with these corners, because I want to add the thruster packs to this. Let's see, what about you? That's not bad. Where was that? Him here, maybe? Hope you all had a fantastic holiday. Maybe a little better than mine. To be fair, the holiday was fantastic. I got to spend time with my family, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself, but you know, I'm one of those types of people that I've got a problem sitting for me at home. Oh man, I can just never quite relax. My brain is always working on what's the next step? Where's the issue? What can we find out? So I'd been running the system with a number of SSDs on the main drive, and I thought maybe the solid states had been failing, so we went and replaced those, and then you know, I replaced the solid states with a platter drive. So I wanted to get the solid states out of the system, right? I want to make sure that they're not the issue. So place those with a standard drive, and then go from there. And the problem kept happening. So we replaced something else, and the problem kept happening. So we reformat and changed drivers, and the problem kept happening. Oh, goodness gracious. So, in any case, we're back, and I am thoroughly excited to keep going here. Now we want thrusters to be pointing... Oh, I want this. I want thrusters pointing down, up, and to the right from this perspective. I'm not sure how I want those placed. Give me a minute to think about this, and I will be back in a second. Alright. So, played around with a bunch of different layouts, and this is what I've come up with. We've got 4 Tier 4 large ion thrusters. You can see these guys have a force of 57.6 meganewtons. They're pointing, you know, whatever this is, backwards, I guess. Now we also have these Tier 4 small ion thrusters. They do 4.6 meganewtons, so that's like 12 of these to match one of the large ones, if my math is right. About. So we've got 12, I know it's hard to see, 12 of the Tier 4 smalls pointing down, 12 pointing to the right from this perspective, and 12 pointing up. I've also extended, as nicely as I can, a wall that separates this room from these thrusters, just so we can kind of pretty it up a bit. I don't have all the angles quite perfect yet, but I think we can polish that up later. Now I've gone ahead and duplicated that layout in the other 3 quadrants. So we've got 4 facing forward this time, and then 12 up to the left and down And on the other side, it's the mirrored equivalent, as you can see. I don't have all the little angle bits in, but they're in all 4 positions. So, I know these are a little hard to see, and I'd like to get to some other stuff today. So let me get the nanites to get started on this, and I will bring you back when you can have a better look at this. Back. All right, and in a move that surprises no one ever, we are out of resources. So, I am off to Asteroid Iron 2 to get a whole bunch of iron. We are completely out of iron, and we are totally out of silver. So, a little more altitude. If I get past, what is it, 2,000, I think? No, it's not 2,000. 2,500. There we go. No, get into here, jump drive. Already set my destination. Right, yes, good, excellent. Go. I'm gonna jump over to Iron 2 and mine up a whole bunch of iron. So, back in a tick. Alrighty. So, after more mining than I care to admit, we've got plenty of iron now, and, well, good amount of silver. We have a number of these put together. None of the other quadrants are this far along yet. We are still short advanced thruster modules, which each one of these needs. And the hold back there is the silver. It's trying to process all the silver we have. So that's going to take a bit. Now, while that's going, we can patch a little more of this together. Yeah, so let's see. Definitely want to seal off this area. And I'm sort of thinking just a big floor. Yeah. And I think we're gonna just edge it down here. I plan on coming back, and we'll think about a little nicer way to skin this in the areas that we can, that is. But just sort of getting an idea here. Yeah, that'll do well. And then this will cover itself over. Fill in this spot. Yeah, something like that. And I'll come back in here later maybe and fill that out. I'll just sort of get an idea. Maybe we'll add a curve, or an angle rather, at this point, so that the bottom fits a little better. Okay. The next thing I want to think about is this. Now, have it come out like this, I think. The way forward. I want a room here. I want to put storage in it. That is the one, other than the bridge, that is the one major thing we have absolutely none of. Now I suppose we could put storage in the hangar below, but I think this is just as reasonable as that. And if we did put the storage down in the hangar, you know, take up space. We'd have less space for ridiculous sized ships. Need more iron plate. Iron plates? We do. Have more? I can. That'll do for now. I think what I'm going to go with is the big azimuth cargo containers that we have in the lunar base. Those big kind of cylinder deals. They store way more cargo than I hope to need. Like individually, they're massive. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have one, maybe two of those per ore type. Kind of the initial thought I had was to have one of those large containers for the ore, like for iron ore, and another one for iron ingots. That's sort of my plan. Not sure how deep this room needs to be. Just sort of taking a guess here at the moment. Of course, this is the lower level, right? So. Okay. That's sort of starting to look like something. We had this. This will be the level of the floor. Thing like that. All right. Take a look at those cargo containers now. These guys, the large cargo containers. These are the ones that I was thinking. These have, yeah, inventory size. Ridiculous. That's just what it should say. Ridiculous. Do we stand them up? Where's the, yeah, so you guys have ports on the bottom. What if we took, let's see, I'm trying to think about that walkway too. Rotation off. So if it was back in the corner and you're not walking behind it, we're going to need one out in each direction to make that happen. We did this. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Hope I'm happy with those there, because they're already building them. I think you can actually pass through that. That's not terrible. Except it won't fit there. Maybe we leave a space. Maybe we don't leave a space. If we didn't, you're not going to be able to walk there, because I can't put a catwalk. That. Feels right back one. But if we do that, I can't get a walkway behind it. Let me move these over one. Hang on. All right. So, I've done a little more thinking and laying out. And this mess of blocks is my thoughts. So, we're going to have... I told you this was going to be silly. 4 banks of 9. What this is going to work out to. So, let's get to work. I'll cut this out, and him. You and you. You and you. Then, we're going to do the same over on this side. Like that. I'm going to go ahead and remove the light armor blocks in the middle. And then I'm going to go get some power. Right back. Like I was saying, we're going to pull these out. Now that I have power. Like that. Now, I'm going to run conveyor junctions all the way down here. And all the way down here. Yes. That way when we set the cargo container down, it will, it'll connect. Now I'm thinking what we'll do now we'll do this. That'll connect those 2 branches together. At this point, I better do it on this side. Run. Thinking about this right? No, we don't need this. I said I'd sort of gone over some of this in my head. Right, so we lay the cargo container out. There'll be one here. A little further away from it. Yeah. Yes. This. Lay that out there, and then these 2 will connect together. And that should leave us 1 space on the far side. Yeah. You go there, and you go there, and take these guys, connect them here. these here. Yeah. Yep, that's what I'm thinking. Now, these in. Take these blocks out. And that's not a cargo container. In the right spot? Yeah. There. Here. Couple there. This lets us walk around them. I would really like to be able to tap into both lines without... Because I understand the area I'm standing in now is the crawl space underneath, but if I put a junction here, then you can't get around it. If I put one here, I can do that. And we'll be able to bring our maintenance tunnels and tap right into this conveyor block, and it'll plug into all of those. Now all I have to do is do that on this side. Like I said, this is way more storage than the ship really needs. I don't plan on filling this up. But I sort of like the idea because it allows me to set up Tim, in other words, on the filters to store the resources in kind of a more, I don't know, logical fashion. Like we can have one of those cylinders dedicated to just iron ore, and we can have another one dedicated to just iron ingots, etc. And we'll be able to have enough to cover all of those. Plus a little bit more. I guess I did pull them out, but alright. Something like this. Then how did I do this? Did I put one underneath? I must have, right? That's yeah, that's a conveyor junction. Put a junction here and here. Then we can add these cargo containers. Want to make sure the ports are facing the right way. Yeah, bingo. And you can go there. You can go there. You can go there. Get rid of all of these. Wrong one. 2 in there. Yeah. Okay, bouncy. So gravity generator is apparently something we need to add. We'll get there. We'll get there. Really, after this, all we really need is the bridge. I still want to put up on an elevator. That's totally still going to be a thing. Big open space in the middle, I like it. And then if we look at this from above, a little hard to see, but lots and lots of storage. And it's all plugged in through the conveyor system together, which I like. Okay. So, I think we are about running out of time here. So I should, you know what, let me see if I can't get the nanites to put some of this together real fast. Alright, cool. This is what we got so far. Nanites are still hard at work. They've got a lot of nonsense to do. We're still catching up on the thrusters as well. You can see, putting together the storage. Keep in mind too that we don't have the floor in, so the catwalk floor will be up at this level, just like the rest of the rooms. We don't have that in. We don't have the walls in, obviously. This is just the lowest floor. I think this will look pretty cool. You will be able to walk down a catwalk between the rows and you know, at least get to each one. And I think from a ceiling perspective, yeah, it'll just work out. The ceiling height will be the same in the rest of the ship. We're not putting anything on top of them, but that's okay. Next time I want to think about the bridge. Bridge I'm going to put on elevators, and it's going to go above. In fact, I'm thinking it might be going right about where these thrusters are. Either going to start in an elevator from this position or over here. And I want it to sit at the back of the ship and look forward. So I guess that just depends on whether we want the engines on the front or we want the cargo on the front. Those doesn't really matter, but one or the other. In any case, let me know what you think. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. It really does help me out. And hope you all had a fantastic holiday. Again, I'm sorry for the lapse in videos, but you know, after reinstalling my system, I'm not even joking, at least 12 times amongst pulling different pieces of hardware in and out. I think I've ended up with a more stable system, and I definitely have found out what the issue was, so I'm happy about that. So we will be getting back to videos. I've got a couple of new series I want to put out, so look forward to more. But for now, have a good one.